Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy 2020. And I'm really looking forward to how this year's going to go. Everything's just been lining up and coming into alignment, and uh, things are really moving forward. I'm so excited. And I'm excited for you too. I think this is going to be a great year for all of us. So, why do you care? My name's Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert and I'm a shiatsu massage therapist. But what I do is I take all of that wisdom and knowledge and information and experience and life experience, and I help women cope with narcissistic and toxic relationships. I help them figure out how to find their voice, how to create a life that they love, how to move on past a narcissist, how to set boundaries, how to find friends, how to get the things that you need in your life so that moving forward you can be in a healthy, happy place. And I run an amazing group of women, a narcissist group coaching program where for a year women hang out with me, and we have regular calls, and we have the daily live streams, and we have support in between, and we've got monthly masterminds, and you have so much support to get through this extremely difficult time that you're going through, that we all make it to the other side. And it's filled with wonderful, smart, successful, beautiful women, typically women who are aged like 35 to 75, because you've already done your work. You've already done your a lot of your healing work. You've been in therapy. You've thought about this. You've done a lot of the head work. But the problem that happens is you can't just do the head work. You have to do the body work. You have to do the nervous system work. You have to do the emotional work. And that's the piece that we bring. So if you're ready to go beyond therapy, if you're ready to, take real steps and rewire your nervous system and rewire your brain and get rid of those old memories and emotions that hijack you, then consider joining the group. We're keeping it super affordable, 40 women tops. And once that 40 women is reached, then we like quadruple the price. And because we want to keep it real limited, we want to keep it wonderful and safe and intimate and personal. We want to keep it that way. So it's all online. But if you're local, we can certainly add in some local visits and figure that part out too. Okay, so I want you to consider it. And here we go. So how do you stop a narcissist from ruining your day? Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever, do you remember when you've met someone in your life, and maybe it was the narcissist for a while because they're super charming, they're super perfect, they, do everything, they're exactly what you were looking for. They're very good at bringing forth, at knowing what you wanted to hear, at knowing what would get you involved, what would get you engaged. And when you met them, you were probably on a huge high. Maybe it wasn't the narcissist. Maybe you met somebody else, and a close friend or someone you considered a soulmate or a twin flame or a best friend. Whatever it may be, did you ever notice that when you had that rush of feelings, when you had those beta endorphins and that love high, that a lot of your physical life, nervous system, emotional symptoms went away? That was kind of a something that had happened for me many years ago, and it was the first step to going, oh, you mean I'm not trapped in my anxiety and depression? I'm not dependent upon medication or just expecting that I'm broken. No, in reality, what I discovered is that our body is what causes how we feel. It's our reactions, it's our physicality, it's our nervous system, it's our sensitive stomach, it's us. It's us that controls how we feel. And I learned that, as I said, when I met somebody really close in my life and they popped all of those circuits, and beta endorphins were rushing, and I was like, wow, my nervous stomach is gone, my headaches are gone, my tension is gone, because I was riding on this wave of happiness, this wave of connection of some sort. And so that was the cue at the very beginning for me that that we were in control of how we feel. So how do you stop a narcissist from ruining your day. Step number one is realizing that you have so much power over how you feel. Most narcissist sort of, programs or advice or things like that say, how do we control the narcissist? And a lot of people, just naturally intuitive, we were like, how do we stop this? How do we stop this crazy train? How do we get this person out of our life? Um, how do we make them change? How do we make them do something different? And in reality, they aren't the problem. The problem is the habits and the lack of self-respect and the lack of really getting the things that nourish you and nurture you. That's what got us into trouble in the first place. Not what the narcissist was doing, which is emotionally abusive, dangerous, scary, painful, rips you apart. Absolutely. Being in that sort of toxic situation, it, it's a crazy train, and it absolutely makes you miserable. But what it does is it brings up the things physically, mentally, and emotionally that help you change back to that space where you felt like you were in love, except this time you're in love with life. This time you're in love with reality. This time you're in love with nature and your friendships and your communities. This time you're in love with yourself. And when we start to make that shift from looking for our love, looking for our nourishment and our nurturing from other people, when we start realizing that we have the power, we have the ability to get that for ourselves, even if we can't get a narcissist out of our lives, even if it's our mother or a long-term marriage or our child or our brother or our father or whoever it may be, we have the power. We have the ability to affect how we feel. Now, is there one magic solution? Oh, try meditation. Oh, take a Xanax. Oh, get start exercising. Those are all important. But in order to rise above, in order to get out of this situation of feeling controlled and manipulated and gaslighted and pulled apart and ripped apart by a narcissist, in order to turn that around, you have to get back to that love space. And the only way you can get to that love space is by loving yourself. Not just loving on a head level, I love myself, but in the actions that we take. How much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to stay hydrated? Do you love yourself enough to reach out and keep looking for a community of women that can support you and love you? Do you love yourself enough to make sure you have enough fiber in your diet? Do you love yourself enough to nurture yourself and get body work or energy work or go to the spa or do work on yourself or learn how to meditate? Do you love yourself that much? And if you do, that's what pulls you out. And if you don't, if you've got some areas or parts or pieces of your life that have gotten you in this hole, we can turn that around. Because, as I said, the first step is realizing that you're not going to, how you feel isn't based on the narcissist. How you feel is based on how well you treat yourself. And the better you treat yourself, the more you love yourself, the less a narcissist can control you. And the less a narcissist can rip your life apart. Because you're able to stay grounded and balanced and strong. You're able to stay out of that reactionary place. You're able to see the big picture. You're able to navigate and find your way around all those rocks. So how do you stop a narcissist from ruining your day or ruining your life? You do things which are loving for you. And as a natural side effect, this is the cool thing, as a natural side effect, you start getting better at boundaries. You start changing how you interact with the narcissist. You stop becoming somebody that a narcissist wants to control, that a narcissist feels that they can control, that they have the right to control, that it's justified that they control. You stop becoming that person. Does it mean you become some sort of crazy lunatic yourself like the narcissist? No, that's going down the wrong spiraling path. That's down. What does happen is you become more balanced, you become wiser, your friendships become closer, you find solutions to problems that you didn't know that you'd find. You start glowing, you start looking beautiful in a way that you don't look when the narcissist is ripping you apart. You find that you're more successful in your professional life, you're more successful in your personal life. You'll find that you, quite frankly, enjoy your life more. So, how do you stop a narcissist from ruining your day? You make sure that you fill yourself with as much physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual love that you can find. And if you don't know the habits, if you don't know the things that you need, I'm a body mind expert. That's what I'm here to do. This is what I love. I love helping women reclaim their life. I help them get back to a healthy space and become the greatest version of themselves that they can. Because have you looked at where we're at lately? Have you looked at how crazy the world is? It's crazy. We need as many women to step up, to become whole, to find that strength, or tap back into it. Actually, you've probably always had it. You're probably already successful in so many other areas, but to use that in your personal life, to use that with the toxic situation. You're going to do this. And how you're going to do it is by loving yourself. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds like it shouldn't work, but it does. So, if you're ready to move forward, if you're ready to make 2020 fabulous, fabulous, and to start moving out of this hole, putting down the shovel and getting out of the trance, if you're ready to get off the plateau you've been on, if you're ready to start living life again and stop being hijacked by your past, by the narcissist, by toxic people, by your patterns, by how you were trained to think you were supposed to be. If you're ready to move past that, so reach out. I'll send you the link. As I said, super affordable for a year. Even though the thing says 6 months, we're extending it to a year until we get our 40 women, because we want a really good core foundational group. So if you're ready, put something somewhere so I can find you, so I can welcome you in, so I can invite you into this beautiful, beautiful world of women who are on the same path, who are ready to live life at a much higher level than they ever have before. Okay, cool. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you have an amazing 2020, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, talk to you later.